Yes, I might be getting a bit ahead of myself with this one, but this makes for some great motivation. As you saw, the Riser Benz will be donating its now too small turbo for the new W203 project, the Maserati Benz, the Mazda FE3 Power W203. This turbo is perfect for this engine. Now, comparing this turbo to your normal everyday stock turbo, I thought this thing was huge, but apparently we need to go even bigger for the M104 turbo. Now, this change doesn't mean we want more power, more boost, anything like that. I just really want the car to stop blowing head gaskets. There's probably a million reasons why this thing keeps blowing up, but I think if we can get the engine to work a bit more efficiently, we are heading in the right direction. So my personal theory is we are pushing more air into the engine with the turbo as boost, and explosions happen, and when it comes time for that air to exit the engine, it is heavily restricted by the log style manifold, as well as a small AR63 exhaust housing on the turbo. The new plan is getting a new bigger turbo, mainly with a bigger exhaust housing for the M104, and then from there we'll be building a new turbo manifold for that. We are still in the process of planning everything, but moving the turbo to over here somewhere would be pretty cool, and then we'll figure out a new coolant tank as well as a catch can of some kind somewhere in this busy engine bay. Another idea was to remove this headlight and have the turbo sticking out over here, but I do want to keep this thing legal, and it's the perfect sleeper after all. We do have a real race car now, so we can do all the crazy things to it. This thing needs to stay a sleeper and road legal. Speaking of race cars, let's get back to it. After building the new custom oil pan for the Mazda FE3 engine, we got the engine back in the car, and we can move on to the next step, which is figuring out the radiator and intercooler setup. Have the radiator ready to be mounted with the shroud and the fan. The only thing left to figure out is the new custom intercooler. Basically, I have this intercooler core, and we'll be building our own end tanks to fit this Frankenstein of a build. So your average intercooler has the in and outlets going from side to side or on each side, but the problem we'll have, because of this chassis piece or this bracket over here, we'll have to go around that and then come through over here. But with that, we have the wheel over there, and we are scared that we'll run into problems with that. So the idea is to have the intercooler mounted over there, and then we'll go up and over the radiator. So just to give you guys a basic idea, we'll have the 276mm boost pipes running over here, and I think that might look pretty freaking cool, going to the intake or to the throttle body, and then the other one going to the turbo. But let's go ahead and step on over to the workshop and build a custom intercooler. Just like with the oil pan, I got all the pieces cut and shaped and ready for welding. Then I took it over to Chris. He's a much better welder than me, to get that knocked out. Now, Chris is a total perfectionist and he told me not to show the welds on camera. But hey, this is the Benz YouTube channel. Nothing is perfect or looks good, but hey, it works most of the time. But here it is. I'm just going to keep the camera at a very wide angle, not to show his welds. But yeah, we have the radiator, the intercooler ready to go. I just thought I would get some mounts quickly knocked out for it. But in the meantime, I decided that I will be replacing this bar. So I'm going to get rid of that and bolt something completely new. That'll just make it easier to work on the car and just simplify a lot of things. Unfortunately, we won't have enough time to get into all that for this week, but there is one more thing I want to get done in this video. So as you can see, we have a very long piece of exhaust, or a majority of the exhaust. We also do have the downpipe ready to be bolted onto the turbo, go down. We just need to figure out to go from here to the back of the car. And at the moment, this is probably the most exciting part I want to get started on, and that is the exit of the exhaust. Definitely going full race car on this one. So the exhaust is going to go through the trunk and be right front and center, or well, back and center, in your face. But yeah, so the exhaust exit is going to be over here. So I want to make a plate that'll bolt on over here, and later on we'll still make a wing for it that'll bolt onto that as well. Everything like that. Many plans, but yeah, let's get this plate cut out and see if we can make that work. So this is my little parts storage unit thing. This thing is a nightmare. Yeah, it's bad. Just need this. Bunch of wires and random stuff that came out of the Mazda Benz. I also got some Toyota Hilux Legend 40 wheels or whatever. If anybody's interested, hit me up. Those are for sale. Right, got it mostly cleaned up. Yeah, I will still spend a lot of time on this, but basically that's the idea. I think I just got a bit ahead of myself. I'm really excited to get started on the exhaust. Really important piece to me, and I just wanted to show you guys the idea I have with that. But yeah, out of time again for this week. I don't know. Lately I've been thinking about changing up the weekly videos. I'm still deciding on what I want to do with that. Maybe start posting on Fridays, maybe start making more videos. I got this one comment saying that the people want more videos, but yeah, I'm a one-man show. I do everything on my own, or most of the things. I do get a lot of help from people and friends, but yeah, for the most part I just do my own thing over here, and at the end of the day we are making progress. So like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and then I'll see you next week.